with Bandit sniper Corey Small as we check in. And Corey, how are things for you?
They're great. I mean, obviously a little bit challenging times and missing lacrosse and my teammates, but for the most part, everybody is happy and healthy. So things are good.
Your other job involves involves something that's probably being consumed in large quantities right now. Are you still busy with your other job?
Yeah, you know what? Fortunately for me, my job wasn't affected too much by COVID-19. Obviously, beer sales have been through the roof. So, obviously bars and restaurants are closed, but we have a real strong focus right now on, visiting our grocery store customers, our beer stores, and our liquor stores. But things are busy on the work end. It seems like sales have increased tenfold since this all happened.
It's crazy. And then it feels, at least it does for me, I'm going to assume for you and the guys as well, it feels like it's been a long time since you played.
Yeah. I mean, obviously when things first happened, we talked about maybe, a few weeks away from lacrosse, and here we are almost 3 or 2 months later. So it seems like a long time since we've been together. The guys do a great job kind of keeping in touch through, social media and texts and group chats and things like that. And we've done a couple Zoom meetings here and there, but yeah, it does feel like a long time since we've been out on the floor and been together as a team.
Are you a willing participant or a victim of Matt Vinc and his workout program?
Some of them feel like a victim because they're pretty tough, but no, he's been great. He sends stuff around to the guys, and obviously, when it comes to fitness, he's probably top tier in the NLL. So it's great that he's been able to put some workouts together for us, and we all do our best to try to keep up. But it's been awesome having him as kind of that leader in that situation.
You guys are from the same area, no?
Yeah. Matt, we live about probably a 10-minute drive away from each other. He's in St. Catharines as well. So, we've kind of crossed paths here and there in the city when we've been out, or we've shared a couple 1,000-piece puzzles. I've dropped one off at his porch. He's dropped one off at my porch. So, we've all been keeping in touch. So it's been good.
Okay. So what were the puzzles of?
Usually pretty corny, some city landscapes or a nice cottage out in the lake, something like that. But just kind of some activity to do at home at the beginning of all this lockdown. But we've kind of shied away from a little bit, and it seems like life's starting to get a little bit more back to normal here in the last week or so.
Now, he won't appreciate this, but I'll say he is considerably older than you. So you didn't cross paths in junior in St. Catharines or anything like that, right?
You know what? I think he's 5 years older than me. So there was one season where I was still in midget and he was playing junior, where I got called up to play a couple of games. But aside from that, not really in minor or junior lacrosse. It wasn't until professional lacrosse and field lacrosse that we started playing together.
Mm-hmm. How would you describe your career? It's been the journey for me. I mean, I look at all you guys and just marvel at your competitiveness, but your willingness to just go wherever and play the game. That's kind of the lacrosse thing, no matter whether it's summer or winter or whatever. But how would you describe the journey you've had?
I mean, to me, it's been incredible. I've had an opportunity to play in a lot of great cities. Started my career in Edmonton, which was a bit of a big change for me, going there as a 22-year-old. And then 2 years after playing there, I started playing summer lacrosse in Victoria. Went out there. That was supposed to be a few months, and turned into 7 years real quick. So it's a beautiful place to live. So for my wife and I, just had some opportunities with work and things, and life started progressing out there. So we ended up staying. And due to that, there was Washington ended up moving their team to Vancouver, which was a much closer proximity to me living in Victoria. So after I was coming off my ACL injury in 2014, I was moved from Edmonton to Vancouver, which for me in my career, was a great opportunity for me to kind of step into more of a primary scoring role there and take kind of the lead of the offense. So it allowed me to kind of develop my game there in a sense of a leadership role and being a primary guy up front. And then just 2 years ago, I was able to transfer my job back to Niagara region, and living in St. Catharines, Buffalo is only, a 30-minute drive from us. So fortunately for me, I was able to get moved to Buffalo a few years ago, and honestly, it's been a dream come true. Growing up in Southern Ontario, we always went and watched Buffalo Bandits game as a kid, and yeah, it's just incredible to finally be able to play here and put on the jersey.
But see, there's the selflessness of a lacrosse player. I mean, you go from MVP finalist in Vancouver, a team that was trying to get higher in the standings, and then you come to Buffalo, and they were a little deeper when you came, but you still posted a huge offensive season. And it's how hard is it to transition back into not being the guy that runs the offense?
You know what? It's fine. Being around lacrosse long enough, and being successful in winning a couple Man Cups in the summer, you got to understand that certain roles need to be played on teams, and we have some of the best athletes in the league on our team, between Dane, Chase, Josh. So you want the ball on those guys' sticks as much as possible, because they're going to draw as much attention from the defense. And for me, playing with Dane, you can kind of see a lot of my goals are Dane's doing a great job drawing two defenders and finding me open on the backside for a quick stick or a quick shot. So when it comes down to it, it's all about trying to win and win a championship, which for me, I haven't been able to do in my career yet. So if it means coming to a team that's first or second in the league and taking on a bit of a lesser role to have that opportunity to win a championship, by all means, I'm totally fine with that.
How would you describe your overtime heroics this year?
Well, the first one, a bit of a lucky goal, but I think it bounced about 3 times before it actually crossed the line. But I'll take it. Win's a win, and it was a special moment to get that one. And then, the Rochester game, basically just what I talked about. Dane did a great job drawing defenders, and he has a good knack for finding me on the backside. It seems like we have some good chemistry there. I seem to find that lane for him, and he's always kind of looking for me there. So he did a great job, and I found that backside space, and basically just had to put it in the open net.
Your post-game interview in Denver after you scored that goal that you just described might have been one of the most honest and funniest post-game interviews I've ever seen. You almost didn't even want to take credit for the goal.
You know what? It's tough. It's tough. I mean, the goalie makes about 90% of the save, and the ball shoots up in the air, hits him in the back, hits the post, hits him again, and just barely crosses the line. So, I mean, the way Dylan Ward played that game, he was phenomenal, as well as Matt and in our net. But yeah, it's I'll take the goal, but yeah, that's a tough one for him to swallow, I'm sure.
So, I mean, this is an obvious question, but games like that, they still give you the same rush that they did when you were 12, 13, 14, trying to climb the ranks?
Oh, 100%. Especially, the ones in Buffalo too, when we've got 14,000 people in the stands, and all of a sudden you score a game-winning goal and the whole crowd explodes. It's a feeling unlike any I've felt in this league. I mean, Vancouver, we had smaller crowds. It wasn't as big of a building. Edmonton, we had decent crowds there, but again, we never had an arena packed with 14 to 15,000 people. So when you score big goals like that, it's a feeling like none other. And I mean, that feeling will never go away, I don't think.
How's the home life these days? What are you guys doing to keep busy?
We've been busy. My wife's in the background; she's smiling. But no, there's stuff to do around the house. I've actually started I'm finishing up a project. I built like a little outdoor kitchen for our barbecue, and we got the pool open now. We're doing some yard work, kind of getting ourselves ready for summer to get the backyard looking good. And there's always stuff to do around the yard, and there's no more excuses where we're traveling every weekend and we can't get to things. So I gotta make sure I do them now.
Very good. Well, please stay safe. Hope your entire family is doing well, and thanks for catching up with us today.
You too, Brian. Thanks a lot for having me.